Hello, I'm Laena, and I am reading for the part of Robyn's wife.
Hi, I'm Robyn, and I want to be your husband. Hi, I'm Robyn, and I didn't come here to make friends. I came here to win. I want to talk about what we can do to get you into a marriage with me today. That's all I got. I didn't have that many more.
Robyn is like great. Oh no. He's a comedian, he writes, he does design work, he's a musician. He's kind of not Robyn if he doesn't have at least 7 things going on at any given time.
Laena is an actor, Laena is a writer. She performs improv, she directs our sketch comedy troupe. She directs anything good that I'm involved in. She's passionate, crazy smart, adorable all the time.
We actually met when I read a part for the movie he wrote.
She came to audition for a role in a movie that we were filming called The Axe-Wielding Knights of Rock and Roll Camelot.
I went to his house and read for the role, and that was our first interaction ever.
I believe I was riffing with Josh and not paying much attention to her, which I feel a little bit bad about now.
Oh man, my first impression of him is that he was like very funny and very weird.
Now, wench, prepare for the caning of a lifetime.
Because like I read the script that he wrote and I'm like, this is hilarious. And then I went over and he was just riffing with his friend Josh. And like there was a good probably 10 minutes of this before we even got to any read.
You seem nice.
But yeah, she blew us away. Like, she came and read for a role that I think was written for someone else and who we weren't really gonna audition for. But she came out anyway and got the part, obviously.
The shining armor thing you're rocking is really working for me, and if you're all right with it, I'd like to take you behind those bushes over there.
I'd best go check on Saul. Stay here, guard the camp.
Fuck! As the shoot was going on, we were joking as if we'd known each other forever. And then, like, we had all really clicked, and so we were hanging out ever since and spending a lot of time together.
I was pretty immediately impressed with the way that Laena, like, just became a part of the group and a part of the, like, the jokes and the riffing. Like, she kept up with a bunch of people who had known each other for a very long time and had kind of an in-group thing going on, and Laena was just like, I can be a part of that. We were kidding ourselves for a long time, a little bit, of like, we were filming together, and then it was time, the movie was done and it was time to stop filming, and it kind of had this feeling of like, oh, well, but we still want to hang out and be friends. So we tried recording some songs together. She sang some vocals on some things that I was working on that I didn't really have anything to do with or anywhere to go with, but it was just like, I think, kind of an excuse for us to keep hanging out together.
Warning.
We'd just like lie in bed together and watch movies and pretend like it was all very innocent. I think everyone else maybe knew before we did.
I just remember going over and we watched Donnie Darko. And after Donnie Darko, I kissed him on the lips. After a bit of like hanging out and navigating this new space, Robyn officially asked me on a date, and he took me to Cafe de Ville, which was amazing and had really, really wonderful food. And it was a lovely time. And as we left and were walking back to the car, he said, "We went on a date. We're dating now."
Right now, we are at the spot where I proposed to Laena.
We actually went on a scavenger hunt all along White Avenue, where he had planted illustrations that he had drawn of like places that were meaningful to both of us.
Places we'd been on dates, places where we'd put on shows together and worked together, and just spots in the city that were a part of our story. And then, ironically, ended it at a place where we'd never been before together, but will hopefully be a part of our story from here on out.
And it took me all down White and then all the way down to Cafe de Ville, where we had our first date. And then there was one more envelope for this place, which thankfully had a street intersection. Otherwise I'd be like, and you lost me. And then, like a doof, I was looking around the courtyard for another envelope. There was no other envelope. The true envelope is the engagements you made along the way. He asked the question. I was just like, just waterfall instantly. Like I had kind of expected it, but also it still like just completely caught me off guard. I don't think I said yes. I went.
I think Laena and I have just always been really, really honest with each other and don't make problems where there aren't problems. Like we are just open about what we need and what we want, and we're able to give that to each other without having to try and guess at it. And I think that's a big key to any relationship working is just like making it easy on each other, and like when you go into a relationship like that, you both want things to work and you want to make the other person happy, and if you make it easy for the other person to make you happy, it makes things easy all around, and I think we do that really well.
We work well together, both in like the relationship sense and in like our working, how we work as people, I think is really like compatible, and I think we just really like seeing each other happy.
I want to point to a specific moment and be like, that was the moment I knew, and I think it was more like a series of realizations of like, oh, this has been going for so long now, and you're kind of waiting for that first big fight or that big problem or that incompatibility that usually shows up, and then you're with someone for like 3 years and you're like, oh, that never happened. We never hit that first problem.
The longer we were in the same space and the more we were in each other's lives, the more it just sort of settled with me of like, this feels right. I think it can only get better.
Robyn, I like to think that I don't struggle with words. But I struggled with this. I couldn't find the words to properly encapsulate every moment that our love has grown and evolved and been present. It's probably for the best, because these vows should have at least some brevity. But those moments do exist, and they are specific and grand and tiny and beautiful and nonstop and right now. And thinking of all of these moments, oh boy, keep a steady hand, makes me all the more certain that this is where I want to be. This makes perfect sense for us. Being with you is like coming home. When I'm with you, I feel happiness, peace, and safety, and everything makes sense. You give me clarity and confidence, and I feel like I can take risks and be vulnerable and go on any adventure as long as I'm with you. I promise to always have your back through any adventure, hardship, success, and moment. No matter what life throws at us, it will be surmountable as long as we face it together. I promise to show you every day how grateful I am for you, and to make you feel as happy and as lucky as you make me feel every moment I'm with you. And I promise that our life together will always be one we can come home to.
Laena, you're the best thing that's ever happened to me, and every day I'm so grateful that I get to be with you. I know it's silly to think that things can stay exactly like this forever. I'm not the person that I was 10 years ago, and I won't be the same person in 10 or 20 or 50 years, and neither will you. But even though the future is such a mystery, knowing that the one constant is that we'll always have each other, that whatever happens, we'll face it all together, forever finding new ways to fall in love with the people that we become. It's the most exciting thing in the world to me. So I promise that I will always be here by your side. I promise that I will do everything I can to make you happy. And I promise to love you forever. It's the easiest promise I've ever made, and that's how I know I'll keep it.
So 15 years of stories, of weird adventures, of all the wonderful and the awful things that life brings us, we've shared. And condensing that into a couple minutes seems impossible. Because on top of all of that, Laena is brilliant. She's warm and kind and patient, and she's not afraid to be silly. And she's also ridiculously talented.
We've made music and sketch comedy and a short film. And while everything we've done has had an audience, the only audience that I've ever cared about is him. Not only is Robyn my best friend, oh my God. Yeah, but he is my idol and my family. When I see Laena look at Robyn, I can see the same joy in her eyes that I feel when I'm around him. I know they're going to be creating together and laughing for a very long time.
Here's to both of you. May you find all the joys in life, all the love, and all the support in each other when life throws you trouble.
If I were to look 5-10 years in the future, I'm not sure what our lives look like or how it will be different, but like knowing that it'll be us means that it'll be perfect.
I feel like I'm where I want to be, so I hope I just get to keep doing what I'm doing. And you know, I see all of the cheesy things of like a house together and a family and a life and all that kind of stuff. But mostly it looks a lot like what we're doing right now, because the world's kind of a mess and life's really short, and I want to do what I want to do right now and not put it off. And I feel like that's what we're doing together.